Hey folks, welcome back. Patrick Tipton, thanks for tuning in. This is another episode of ShopTime where we're working currently on a 43 Willys MB tub. Today we're going to be replacing the hat channel on the driver's side, which got rotted out. And that hat channel does a couple things. It stiffens the joint where the front half of the tub meets the back half of the tub and also helps to keep the gas tank in place. So let's get going. Today's episode of ShopTime is brought to you by the fine folks at Midwest Military. Midwest makes a complete line of restoration products for your vehicles. They specialize in Dodge parts, both World War II and later. They also have parts for your World War II Jeep and some of the later M series. So you can check out their inventory at www.midwestmilitary.net. And if you give them a call or put an order in, put a note in there and tell them that Portrayal sent you. Thanks. So once we got the tub on the rotisserie, we could see that this hat channel had been damaged a little bit. So the first thing we had to do was remove it. So we drilled out all the spot welds and removed it. And we had originally planned to repair it, but once we got it removed, we saw there was really a lot of rust inside of this. And so we went ahead and ordered a replacement part. So I gave John a call at Midwest Military and I got a part that looks just like the original. Fantastic. The only difference being that it's got pre-drilled holes for us to MIG weld this back into place. And then I started looking at the inside of the tub. And today what we're going to do is finish cleaning it up. I've got to grind off some of the remains of the spot welds that were there before. Then there's a little bit more damage. I replaced some more metal in here. I probably should have gone further. So as we look at it today, I'm going to cut a patch out, put that back in. Then we're going to get the hammer and dolly, try to get this real straight, fit this piece in and weld it in and call it a day. So that's the goal. Let's get going. You gonna film from there?
Yeah, I'm filming with the other camera.
Okay. More holes. It better like this. Okay. There's a little ugly right there. Almost there. A little bit more. I'm not sure if it's in there. I don't know if I can break it up. That's right there. pretty good right there, isn't it? Can you see that?
Yeah.
You look good? All right, guys, that's a wrap. So let's recap. We started off and we removed the old hat channel with the idea that we were going to repair it. Looked at it, decided it wasn't good enough. So we ordered a new one from Midwest Military, which they sent out. In the meantime, we started looking, and there was a lot of damage behind that hat channel, that part of what had contributed to the rust of the hat channel itself. So we started replacing sheet metal. So we did a couple of different patches here and started working on the tool indent area to make it look really, really sharp. And then we got to a point where we said, okay, we're pretty close. Everything looks pretty good on this side. Let's see how the hat channel fits. And we put it in, had a little trouble fitting it in, and most of that is because this side of the Jeep was hit in an accident at some point in its past. And so we started bending and shrinking, and we got it pretty close to the point where we could have installed the hat channel. But then we looked and said, hey, let's put a little primer on this real quick to see what the rest of this panel looks like. So we put the primer on it, and at this point it looks okay, and when you put OD on it, it's probably going to be fine, and there's going to be Pioneer tools here, axes and shovels and all kinds of footman loops and things like that. So it probably would be okay. But we have access to everything on the inside at this point, and there are a couple places that still need work. This thing is really close to flat, but it's that last little bit that we need to get. So what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to sit here and work on my body working skills here and get the hammer and dolly out and the slapper and see how straight I can get this. And I'm going to get that hat channel fitting a little bit better. And then what we're going to do is, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and get my pinch spot welder out here, and we're going to pinch that thing in place a few places because we can really make it look good. And then we'll come back in and make the holes closed. But at that point, this thing ought to look really, really good. So as always, thanks for tuning in. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Patrick Tipton signing off. Keep those corners square and get out in your shop and make something. Thank you.